Alright, so section 333, it's about the slope of a line. Okay, so we're going to do these objectives. Okay, I would say that, okay, we'll focus on the first two objectives, okay, yeah, to do problems. Okay, so definition of slope. How do you understand slope? A slope of a straight line. This straight line have a slope, this straight line have a slope, right? How do you understand the slope?
When it goes up, it's positive.
Yeah, it's positive, yes. When it goes down, it's negative. Horizontal line, zero slope. Vertical line gives us undefined slope, yes. However, yeah, yes, you're right. Well, slope measures what? How steepness a line goes, right? Yeah. Steep actually measures how steepness, okay? So see, there are two straight lines. This one is more steeper, right? So do you see this line? You know, the second line looks more steeper than, you know, this line, right? This line looks more flatter, right? Horizontally more flatter. But the second straight line looks more what? Steeper, right? Steeper than this one, okay? So eventually you will see this equation, okay? This line has a larger slope, okay? Larger slope and then this one, okay? And the slope measures how the steepness of the straight line, okay? And then from these four cases, we already answered the question, okay? When we have a increase, what? Or slants up lines, we have what? Positive slopes, okay? When we have a slants down, straight lines will have a negative slope. Horizontal line, remember, always have zero slope. Vertical line always have what? Undefined slope, okay? Alright, so now let's look at the definition about how to compute a slope, okay? Yeah, how to find the slope or calculate slope from the equation or from a graph of a line. So, slope of line is defined by what? M. Usually we use lowercase m to represent slope, okay? It is defined by what? Rise over run, okay? What does rise mean? Rise means what? The y-axis, yeah, up or down, okay, yeah, plus means up, you know, or negative is down, okay, so, yeah, so rise means what? Vertical up and down, okay. How about run? Run represent what? Horizontally left or right, okay, left goes left or goes right, okay. So remember, slope is defined by rise over run. If you don't remember this, you know, these two words, that's fine, but just remember that m equals what? y2 minus y1, which is a change in y, divided by what? x2 minus x1, which is a change in x, okay? So here, that means as long as we have 2 points, x1, y1, and x2, y2 are given, we can always use this formula to compute the slope, right? And then you may ask, oh, if we have 2 points, how can we determine which point is the first point, this point is the second point? The point on the left is always, we consider it is the first point, okay? The point, horizontally to the right, on the right, we always consider that point is what? Oh, yeah, that's the second point, okay? So this is the first one. Left one is, we always make sure it's the first one, okay? Represent x1, y1, okay? This point may be to the top, taller than this point, but which point is on the left, we consider it is the first point. And then the point to the right is what? Second one, x2, y2, okay? Second one is x2, y2, okay? Alright, now guys, let's use, try to use a formula to do the calculations. Question 1. Find the slope of a straight line passes through each pair of the points. Sketch the points to determine the sign. Okay. Now how to do this problem? We have a point 5, 3. We have a point 9, 6. Let's draw these points on the graph. Where is point 5, 3? Horizontally, we start from origin to the right for how many units? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. And how many units up? 3 up. So this point is point what? 5, 3. You agree with this, right? What is the second point? What's up?
I thought it was supposed to be the opposite.
Really?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Slope, yeah.
For an ordered pair, the first value always give us the x coordinate. That means how far away this point is horizontally from 0, okay? So 5 means start from the origin, we go right for 5 units, and 3, y coordinate of the point. From the 0, we goes up for 3, okay? Yeah, so 5, 3, right? Alright, how about, where is the point 9, 6? 6, 7, 8, 9, 3, 4, 5, and 6. This is point what? 9 and 6. You guys agree with that? Okay, so I don't know whose pen it is. Oh, never mind, okay. A straight line pass through these 2 points, okay, it looks like this, right? How do you find the slope of the straight line, guys? Slope m equals what? y2 minus y1. Okay, now for these 2 points, which point do we consider it is the first point? Always the left one, x1, y1. Okay, so x1 is 5, y1 is 3. And then this 9 is x2, 6 is what? y2, right? So by using the formula, we use y2, which is what? 6, minus y1, 3, divide by x2, what is x2? 9, minus what? 5. So 6 minus 3, 3. 9 minus 5 gives us what? 4. 3 over 4, right, is the slope of the line, okay? Alright, we're not done yet, okay? Find the slope of straight line, sketch the points to determine the sign. What is the sign of the slope? Is it positive? Is the slope positive or negative? Positive. See, m is what? 3 over 4, which is positive. Also, you can see this line, it slants up, right? We're increasing straight line. So, positive slope. Everyone so far good? Now let's try the second question, okay? Same thing. Same question. Find slope of the straight line pass through these 2 points. Draw the picture. We have a point negative 5, 8. Okay, so briefly, okay guys, negative 5, 8. The other point is negative 3, negative 9. Alright, so these are our 2 points. Draw the straight line. Which point is our first point? This point is on the left, right? So this is x1, y1, x2, y2. So the slope equals y2, negative 9, minus y1, 8, x2, negative 3, minus negative 1. What is x1? Negative 5. 9 minus 8, what is that? What is negative 9 minus 8?
Negative 17.
Negative 17. Careful here. Negative 3 minus negative 5.
2.
Plus 5, right? So negative 17 over 2. Okay. So we have a negative slope, okay? And also the straight line looks what? Slants down, right? We're decreasing. So what is the sign for the slope? Negative, right? You guys, everybody? So far so good? Can we move on to the next page or no? Yes, okay. So, let's move on to the second page. Alright. Question C. Negative 8, negative 5. Yeah, so this point it goes left for 80 units and down for 5 units. The other point is negative 3, negative 5. Woo. Since these 2 points are on the same horizontal line, right? Alright, to find the slope of the line, we're still going to use what? The formula, right? y2, what is that? Negative 5, right? Minus y1, negative 5. x2, negative 3, minus x1, negative 8. Let's see. Negative 5 minus negative 5. Negative 5 plus 5, right? Negative 3 minus negative 8 become negative 3 plus 8. So this gives us what? Negative 5 plus 5?
0.
Yeah, 0 divided by negative 3 plus 8 is what? 5. 0 divided by 5 is what? 0. Oh, yes. Because we have a horizontal line, right? The slope of the line indeed equals what? 0. So what is the sign? 0. Okay, it's not positive, not negative, it's 0, right? Can you try the number D? Plot these 2 points first, and then draw the picture, and then find the slope, please. Jose,
Yes.
can you tell us your graph, please?
I did positive 6, negative 2.
Uh-huh.
I got that.
6, negative 2, right?
Yeah.
Where is the other point?
The other point is literally just 6 on the line.
Really?
X line.
So we should have a vertical line. So we expect the slope of line is undefined. So let's check, right? So m equals y2, right? Minus
Negative 2.
negative 2. Actually 6 minus x1, 6. So give us what? 0 plus 2, right?
Yep. 2 over 0.
Ooh, it's 0 over 0. Undefined, right? Very good. So that's good, everybody? See, we're keeping using what? The slope, the definition of the slope of the line, right? Once we know 2 points, okay, x1, y1, x2, y2, we just keep on using the formula of the slope, okay? All right, now let's look at question 2, okay? Find the slope of each line by what? finding any 2 points first, then plug those points into the slope equation. Okay, so from the previous question, we know the given 2 points, right? So we just use a formula, right? Now we're not giving 2 points, we're giving what? Equation. So what should we do? Find any 2 points that satisfy the equation first. Then use the 2 points to find the slope of the line, right? Okay, so we have the exactly same type of problem, 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C, D, 4 problems. We're going to do section C and D together, and I will let you practice A and B by yourself, okay? Now, 15y equals 20x minus 9. Find the slope of this line by finding 2 points that makes this equation satisfies. I think we did the practice last time, right? Section 3, 1, 3, 2, we did it, okay? Whether a point makes this equation satisfied, what should we do? Find some x values, plug in, right? And then solve for y. Or find a y value, plug in, and then solve for x, right? So how do you find the 2 points? We can let x equals 0, what do you think? We may let x equals 0 and solve for y, right? So in this question, if we let x equals 0, what should we have? We should have 15y equals what? 0 minus 9 is what? Negative 9. So that one implies y equals negative what? 9 out of 15, which is negative what? 9 out of 15, simplify. 3 over 5, right? Yeah, negative 3 over 5. Oh, when x equals 0, y equals negative 3 over 5, this is an ordered pair already, okay? It is an ordered pair. See, we have to make sure that, the x value is in front, y value is on the second place for an ordered pair, okay? What other points do you want to choose? Can we choose x equals, I would say, can we choose x equals 1? Yes, or no? Yes, right? Arbitrary point, but we'll make our calculations simpler, okay, simpler. So if we choose x equals 1, this equation will becomes 15y equals 20 times 1 is what? 20, right? 20 minus 9 give us what? 11. So this one implies y equals what? 11 out of 15, right? You go with me? Everybody? This is another order pair, right? Order pair. So now we have the x1, y1, x2, y2. How to find the slope of the line? Use what? Use y2, which is 11 over 15, minus y1. What is y1? Negative 3 over 5. You agree with that, right? Divide by x2. What is x2? 1. Minus x1. What is x1? 0. So that's good, you guys? Right? You go with this? Okay, so let's keep on simplify. 11 over 15. What is minus negative 3 over 5? Plus 3 over 5, right? Divide by, what is 1 minus 0? 1, okay? So it will equals 11 over 15 plus 3 over 5. How can we combine these two fractions? How can we add them up? Make this fraction has denominator 15, right? So 11 over 15 plus, how to make this second fraction, denominator become 15?
Times by 3.
Yeah, times by 3 from both top and bottom. We should have a 3 times 3, 9, out of what? 15. Agree with that? Okay. And then add them up, 15 denominator. 11 plus 9 is what? 20. 20 out of 15, simplify, please.
4 out of 3.
Yeah, 4 out of 3. 4/3. Done. It's not asking us to draw the picture, so we don't have to, okay? Alright, so mimic what we did for section C, let's try section D, question D. 2x plus 5y equals 3. Find the slope. First, what do? Everyone? Still find the x values, so for y, okay? So I would say always choose a simple x value. I would say 0. What do you think? X equals 0. We should have 5y equals 3. That gives us what? Y equals what? 3/5, right? 3/5. Actually, these are arbitrarily chosen. Okay, the x value can arbitrarily choose it. Okay, so I would say, how about we choose x equals 1 again? X equals 1. We should have what? 2 times 1 is 2 plus 5y equals 3. Okay, 2 times 1 is 2 plus 5y equals 3. And then to solve for y, what do? Subtract 2 from both sides, right? It gives us what? 5y equals 1. And then this one implies y equals what? 1/5. Am I right? X equals 1, yes. 2 plus 5y. 3, yes. Positive 1, yeah. Y equals 1/5, right? Alright, now let's see, okay? Let's see. Okay? What is the slope? How to find the slope? Same thing. x1, y1, x2, y2, we use y2, which is 1/5, minus y1, which is 3/5. x2 is 1, minus x1 is 0. Right? y2 minus y1, x2 divided by x1, minus x1. So, let's see what we can have here. 1/5 minus 3/5.
Is that -2?
Negative 2/5. Divided by 1. 1. I skip it. Okay? So eventually slope equals 1. Negative 2/5. Well, if you want to check, everybody, you can always draw the 2 points, look at the 2 points, and then draw a straight line if you want to, okay? So that's good for these 2 questions? Yeah, the only difference from these 2 problems compared with the previous one is what? We're finding the 2 points by ourselves, and then what? Use a form, and then we'll use a formula, right? Slope formula. So these 2 questions, I will give you time later in group to try them, okay? To try them. Can we move on to the third question? The third type of the question? Alright. Third type of question is find the slope of the following graph 2 ways. Okay? First by using 2 points on the graph. Then by using rise over run. Okay? So let's see, okay? By 2 points on the graph, then by rise over run. Okay? So we're going to try, for each single question, we're going to do it for 2 methods, and let's see whether, those 2 methods, the result coincide or not. Okay? So I would say, let's try question B. Let's do A, B, and E and F. Okay? E and F together. Okay? Because I want to choose each case, an increasing case, decreasing case, vertical line case, and horizontal line case. Okay, so let's look at the first question here. Find the slope of the line by choosing 2 points. Any points on the line, which So Jose, can you pick up points? You want to pick up points?
Like any points or?
Like any 2 points on the line. Say, we can choose when x equals 0, right? This point is 1. 1, 2, 3. I would say this is 0, 3, right? Can you see that? This is 0, 3, right? Yeah, we can use this point. Find another point. Any. I'll give us an example, okay? So later you'll see, okay? So this point has coordinate what? 4 and 5, right? Pick up any arbitrary 2 points on the line. Then, to find the slope, how? y2 minus y1, right? What is that? 5 minus 3? x2 minus x1, 4 minus 0. So 5 minus 3, 2 over 4 equals what? 1/2. So the slope of the line equals what? 1/2. This is by using what? 2 points. What is the second method telling us? Rise over 1. Okay, so slope m equals rise over 1. Okay, so how do you figure out rise over 1? We're still using these 2 points. Okay, now let's count from this point from the left one. Remember I said about left point is always the first point. Okay, from the first point to the second point. Rise means vertical change. What is a vertical change? From this point to that point. Vertically, from this point to this point, do we go up or down from this point to that point? It goes up for how many units? Count. 1 and 2. 1 and 2, 2 units, right? So the rise is what? 2. What is run horizontally from this point to this point? 1, 2, 3, and what? 4. That's the run, so 4. So what is 2 out of 4? Still we get what?
1/2.
1/2. So these are the 2 methods. You guys do see that? Okay. Now, question B. Okay, let's pick up 2 points. I really like when x equals 0, that point. When x equals 0, in this problem it is what? Y equals what? What is the y coordinate here?
5.
5. Okay. What is the second point you want to use?
0.
1 and 0, right?
0.
1 and 0, yes. Alright. So slope of the line equals, which point is the first point? Yes, left one is always the first, okay? So x1, y1, x2, y2. So slope equals y2, what is y2? 0. Minus y1, what is that? 5, right? And then x2 is what? 1. xy is what? 0. So, give us 0 minus 5 is what? -5. 1 minus 0 is what? 1. So -5 over 1 is what? -5. So yes, this line is a decreasing line, so the slope of the line is negative, right? Everybody? Alright, so this is using what? 2 points. How about using the rise over 1? From this first point to the second point, what is the vertically change? From 5 all the way down to what? Y equals what? 0. So it is a down for what? 5 units, okay? So vertically, it goes up where it's positive. It goes down where it's negative number, right? So down for 5. And horizontally, from this point to that point, it goes right for what? 1 units, right? You see that? So -5 over 1 is what? -5. Everybody clear? Come on. Got it? You got it, this question? Daniel, Jose? Okay? Yeah, always consider the second point is, always consider left point as first point, okay? The right one may be upper or maybe down, but we always consider the right point is a second point, x2, y2, for x2, y2, okay? Alright, now let's try the number E together. What are the 2 points you want to find? I would say when, yeah, this is when y equals 0, -5, 0, right? Other point you want to find? Arbitrary point. I would say I'm going to use this 5, 5. -5, 5, okay? This is when x equals -5, y equals +5. So slope equals, which one is which one is, x to y2?
-5.
5, right? Yeah, so it doesn't matter, okay? So I use a lower one for x1, y1, upper one for x2, y2. So y2 is 5, minus y1 is 0, x2 is -5, minus -5, let's see. Minus 0, 5. What is -5 minus -5? 0, right? Yes, you're right, 0. So 5 over 0 is what?
5. 0. Us is 0.
Denominator cannot be 0, right? For a fraction.
Also undefined.
Yes, undefined. Okay. Yeah, so that's why I would say for horizontal, for vertical, straight line, okay, the slope is always undefined. What is the second method? Rise over run. From this point to that point, what is the rise? 5 units up, right? How about horizontally? Does it change? 0. So what is 5 over 0? Undefined. Everybody agree with this question? That's the question. I would say this is a straight line on the horizontal axis, right? You have x-axis. So I would say I'm going to use 0, 0. I'm going to use 5, 0. We can use any other points, okay? 5, 0. So slope equals what? y2 minus y1, which is 0 minus 0. x2 is 5, minus xy is what? 0. 0 minus 0 is 0. 5 minus 0 is 5. What is 0 over 5? Yeah, yes. 0 divided by any non-zero number is 0. But any non-zero number divided by 0 gives us undefined, okay? So 0 over 5 is 0, okay? Or rise over 1. What is the rise from this point to that point, vertically? 0, right? What is 1? 5 units, right? So 0 over 5 is what? 0.